and happy 2026. So glad to have you here with us. My name is Eddie Roberts, and yes, I am your success coach. And every day when we come on here, we have two goals, very, very simple goals. The first one is to create a sense of connectedness and community. The second goal that we have is to create a space where we have this dialogue, this conversation that is designed to be empowering and impactful at some meaningful level. And today is not unlike any other day. It is going to be powerful. It is going to be powerful. So welcome in our YouTube family. Janae, I see you over here. Thank you to our wonderful moderators. We have Janae over here on YouTube. We have Fine Wine and Mimi here on TikTok. Thank you so very much for it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly appreciate you guys, and I appreciate everybody else. If we have any newbies in here, if we have any newbies in the building, simply put newbie in the chat so that we can love on you. Put newbie in the chat so that we can love on you, so that we can appreciate you. Did I see Britt coming up in here? I think I saw Britt coming in here. We're gonna go ahead and get this party started. Welcome, my beautiful people. I hope your holiday season was wonderful. I hope that some of you got a chance to relax. Did anybody get a chance to relax? Did anybody just do absolutely nothing? I see you. I see you loud and clear, Britt. Did I just see Amy come up in this piece? Welcome in, Amy. Welcome in, Amy. So glad to see you. Amy said she got some rest. Anybody else get some rest? Anybody else just didn't do anything? You relaxed a bit, Janae, just a bit. She said just a bit. And remember, as you guys come in, make sure you grab those daily heart meets. Thank you, Amy. Don't forget to grab those daily heart meets because that gives you those 46 engagement points, especially if you're looking to monetize on this app. Yes. All right, here we go. Today's topic is one that is absolutely appropriate. Especially as we move into the 2026. Most of us, we've been around long enough to realize that we actually are not. Thank you, Britt, for grabbing that daily heart me. That the new year begins, the true new year begins in the spring. We understand that. But because we're in this matrix and this matrix honors the January 1 as a new year, this the calendar year, so we'll go ahead and we'll play the game. We'll play the game, but we won't put our energy into the big stuff until the spring, okay? Because it's just like with anything. You don't plant your harvest, you don't plant your crops in the winter time. You don't plant it in the dead of winter. And right now we're in the dead of winter. Yes, we have the luxury of living in Florida, and some of you are in Southern California, but the other folks like Antoine and all of he's up there in Chicago. He's in Illinois, so it's a little bit cold up there, and so we honor their strength and fortitude for being in there, for being up in that cold. But I think our conversation today is so appropriate because I think as we move into this 2026 time, it is the perfect opportunity for us to begin to walk in something exceedingly special. I think it's a great time for us to walk in the unknown. I think it's a time to walk in something new, something fresh, especially as we begin to gear up for the true new year, which happens in April. So what we'll be doing from now until throughout the first quarter is preparing this ramp up for this time. Oh, welcome in, Queen. This is your first time. Listen, welcome in, Queen. Y'all love on Queen for me. This is her first time up in here. Welcome. Glad to have you up in here. So today's topic is the power to walk in miracles. The power to walk in miracles. And I think it's so appropriate. Oh, welcome in from Kenya. Welcome in, Vicky. Welcome in, Kenya. That's good to have you. Good to have you in here because we get folks from South Africa. We don't get a whole lot from Kenya, so welcome in. Welcome in. Making change. All right, making change. Welcome in. So glad to have you up in here. Welcome in. Y'all love on making change too. Any other newbies that we have in the room, if we have any other newbies, let us know so that we can love on you because we appreciate you guys for being up in here. Let me introduce myself to my newbies. My name is AD Roberts and I am your success coach. And every day when we come on here, Monday through Friday from 12 to 2. Okay, Diva D, good to see you up in here. Y'all love on Diva D too. Thank you so much. So glad to have you up in here. So again, my name is AD Roberts, and yes, I am your success coach. And every day when we come in here from 12 to 2, Monday through Friday, we have two simple goals. That's it, two simple goals. The first goal that we have is to create a sense of connectedness and community where we support each other, we love on each other, and all of that good stuff. Hey, Ray, good to see you on. Good to see you on. Welcome in. Glad to have you in here. If this is your first time, so glad to have you here with us on our YouTube. Our YouTube family is growing bit by bit. And so we're simulcasting both on YouTube and on TikTok at the same time. So we're really glad to have you guys here with us. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate you. Your moderator over here, Harley and Ray, all that good stuff. We're right here. Is Janae. Janae is our moderator over here on YouTube, and Fine Wine and Mimi are our moderators over here in TikTok land. But every day when we come on here, the first goal is to create a sense of connectedness and community. The second goal that we have is to create. We always have a conversation. We have a talk that's designed to be empowering and impactful at some meaningful level, and today is no different. So our conversation today is the power to walk in miracles, big opportunities, major healing, and abundance beyond measure. Aisha, where you been? Man, we miss you too. So glad to have you back with us. So glad to have you back here with us. Y'all love on Aisha. All right, Jacques. Well, welcome in. Good to see you in here. Good to see you in here from South Africa. That's a good thing. Great, 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 great. No, I'm excited about this. Yeah, we really miss you too, Aisha. So again, our conversation for today is the power to walk in miracles. The power to walk in miracles, big opportunities, huge opportunities, major healing, and abundance beyond measure. So many people don't realize that the threshold of a miracle is usually hidden inside the very challenges you want to run away from. I'm going to say that again. So many people don't realize that hidden within the very challenges that you run from are the miracles that you're looking for. It's so easy for us to run from the things that we don't want to experience. It's easy for us to not face our own monsters, to face our own demons. It's easy to do it. So fear, chaos, confusion, emotional heaviness, and old identity patterns act like fog. Just like fog. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that finger heart. Thank you. But behind that fog waits a path to big opportunities, deep healing, and abundance that stretches far beyond what they could possibly ever imagine. All of those things. So yes, in the midst of the storm that you're wrestling with, in the midst of whatever chaos that you have going on, the opportunity for growth, the opportunity for shift, the opportunity for change, the opportunity for your miracle to manifest itself in your life is right here. So today's conversation is about stepping into the version of yourself, the version of yourself that can actually walk in miracles. Because thank you, Jazz, good to see you in here. There is a version of you. Don't miss this, and don't y'all go anywhere. We're almost at 10K, and once we get to 10K, I want you to go ahead and start sharing this live out. And the same thing here on YouTube. Please share this live out to your friends, your family members, because we're going to be on some major stuff today. We're going to be on some major stuff today, and you don't want to miss it. And we don't want our friends and family to miss it because we want them to be on the same page with us. We want them to be able to walk in the same abundance. We want them to walk in the same healing, the same miracles, the same prosperity, all of those things. So again, today's conversation is about stepping into the version of yourself that can actually walk in miracles, not someday, not someday soon and all of that kind of stuff, but right now. The real in real time through mindset, energy, identity, and the power of your own subconscious alignment. You know, that's one of our favorite words in here, alignment. And so that's what we're going to do. And so let me go ahead and lay some ground rules real quick. Lay some stuff, some expectations. Now, one of the things that we're going to do, we always say tapping is clapping. Typically, that it allows us to get to around right about 100K, 100,000, because we're going to be in here just for a little while. We'll be here from 12 to 2, and we're already at 10K right now. Go ahead and share this live out. If you would share. Thank you, Trinity. Thank you, Antoine. Thank you, Queen. I see you guys reposted it. Thank you so much. I see many of you are already doing it. Thank you, thank you, Jazz. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you for sharing out the live. All right, so we live in an energetic universe. We live in an energetic universe. And because we live in an energetic universe, this universe has a language, and that language is frequency. That's right. This language, the language of the universe is frequency. And you may say, well, AD, where does this frequency come from? What is this frequency that you're talking about? The frequency that I'm talking about in part comes from you and I. That's right. In part, it comes from you and I. It comes from our subconscious mind. It comes from the thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience. Thank you, Mimi, for those finger hearts. They create what I like to call the protocols of alignment. The thoughts you have, the words you speak, the actions you take, and the emotions that you experience. They create the protocols of alignment, and the protocols of alignment, they create a resonance. When they are all in alignment, they create a resonance, they create a frequency, and that frequency is projected outward. That frequency is projected out into the quantum field. The quantum field then reflects it back to us as reality. And so the universal law of correspondence reminds us that as within, so without. As above, so below. As it is in the east, so shall it be in the west. And so with that being said, that the reality that you and I experience, every day out here is really a reflection of what's going on internally with the thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience. They create that resonance. That resonance is projected out into the quantum field. The quantum field receives it and then reflects it back to us as reality. And because it reflects it back to us as reality, it lets us know that where our focus goes, this is huge. Where our focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. And with that being the case, just remember, the universe does not give us what we ask for. Universe doesn't give to us based upon our pleadings and our asking and our begging and all of that stuff. It gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. And those protocols of alignment create that resonance. The thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience. That's it. Thank you, Janae. Thank you. So here we go. If y'all are ready for part one, put one in the chat. If you're ready for part one, put one in the chat. And if y'all think this, do you think that this you think this topic is appropriate for right now? If you think this topic is appropriate for right now in 2026, put yes in the chat. Hey Bonnie, good to see you in. Thank you. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, everybody. If this seems like it's gonna be relevant, excellent. Thank y'all. Thank you. Here's part one. Miracles begin where old identities end. You hear me talk about identity all of the time. Every day I talk about identity because I always teach that the universe does not give to us based upon what we ask for. It doesn't give us what we ask for. It gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. It's called it, and it's systemic of the law of assumption. Whatever you assume about yourself, whatever you assume about life, Whatever you assume about reality, the universe will give you the opportunity to experience the very thing. And so if you assume that you're broken, if you assume that you're poor, if you assume that you're rich, irrespective of the thing that you assume about yourself, it is going to manifest itself in your life. So the law of assumption is based upon this whole identity thing. And here's the big thing. When you begin to walk in something fresh and new, a new identity fosters what? New what? Come on. What does identity do? It creates what? Standards and boundaries. Thank you, Cleophas. Identity creates standards and boundaries. Thank you, Janae. It creates new standards and boundaries. So every miracle begins. So miracles begin where old identity ends. You want a miracle to take place in your life, then you have to begin to become someone new. You have to become the new person that miracles show up for. Thank you, Fine Wine. Every miracle begins the moment a person stops negotiating with the limitations of their old identity. Limitations, the standards and boundaries, some of the standards and boundaries that you're holding on to. That's right, Cleophas. Some of the standards and boundaries that you're holding on to, the old version of you, don't allow for abundance. Some of those the way you see yourself, the old version of you was born out of scarcity. It was born out of lack. It was born out of scarcity. It was born out of lack. What I said, Janae, was that every miracle begins the moment a person stops negotiating with the limitations of their old identity. That's right, Fine Wine. Tapping is clapping. Tapping is clapping. So listen, let's go ahead and get these taps in. Thank you so much. We're at 15K now. We're moving in the right direction. So again, every miracle begins the moment a person stops negotiating. And see, that's the problem. We're always negotiating with the old version of us. We're always compromising the new version of us and all the amazing things that we could be walking in. And we're compromising it what? For the pains of the past or the fears of the future. Most of our life is filled with such great sorrow, most of which never occurred. Simply because you are compromising the power of the present moment, negotiating your shift into your new identity, because you're still wavering and vacillating on the old limitations of the old you. The old you. Does that resonate with anybody? Does that resonate with anybody? Anybody resonating with the old version of themselves? Anybody wrestling with the old version of themselves, knowing that the old version of themselves is not big enough, it doesn't have the capacity to move into the new place. Those old limitations won't take you to where it is that you need to go. So, examples: realizing a pattern of settling in relationships, settling for less than you deserve, noticing a habit of shrinking your talent at work, when you shrink your talent in and around other people to make them feel comfortable and feel good about themselves, recognizing self-doubt as an inherent belief rather than truth. Limitations. You're wrestling with the limitations of the old version of you. But as you begin to move into the new version of you, things begin to change. And so it opens up the opportunity for us to experience those miracles, okay? So okay, let's go. So the subconscious mind responds to identity before it responds to desire. Because the desire is systemic of the conscious mind. Always remember this, write this down. The subconscious mind literally is responsible for what we experience. 95% of what we experience as reality, as what we experience as life every single day, is systemic of the subconscious mind. 95%. Because yes, I am a clinically certified hypnotherapist. And so when I'm working with my clients, when I'm working with many of you, and we're moving from the old version of you to the new version of you, the subconscious mind is the culprit and the place where it is keeping you locked in step with the old you. because the old version of you loves the familiar. Thank you, Queen. Glad you're up in here. The subconscious mind, your subconscious mind loves the familiar. It loves the familiar. It loves repetition. It loves what it knows, and it sees anything that is new as dangerous. I say that every single day. So now, with that being the case, the subconscious mind responds to identity. It responds to identity way before it responds to desire. Desire rises out of the conscious mind. The conscious mind says you look in the mirror and you see that you've gained a little weight. Your conscious mind can see it. Your conscious mind looks in the mirror, sees that you've gained a little weight, and you desire to lose. You desire to get in shape. You desire to get to become a better version of yourself. You desire to lose weight, to get in shape, to feel better. Your conscious mind has the desire. Your subconscious mind has the identity. Your subconscious mind has the programming. It has the familiar. And so in order to get to the new place, you have to wrestle with that which is old. And so again, as I said at the beginning, where the miracles begin, because we're talking about the power to walk in miracles. That's it, the power to walk in miracles. And so what I'm giving you today is the ability to walk in them. So in order to do that, every miracle, remember, every miracle begins, if you're going to write anything down, write this down. Every miracle begins the moment a person stops negotiating with the limitations of their old identity. So what does that mean? You're moving into a new one. And as you move into the new identity, you can no longer negotiate with the old identity about what your standards and boundaries are, because you now have the new standards and boundaries, because the new desire is for something fresh and new. And so it's going to respond. So as you begin to shift into this new version, you need to focus on who this new person is. Not what you have to do in order to lose the weight, but who do you have to become in order to lose the weight? So in order for you to attract miracles into your space, who is it? This is the question that you need to ask yourself. Who is it that I need to become? Who do I need to become in order to attract the miracles into my life that I want to see happen? Not what do I need to do, not how much money I need, not what relationships I need, not the very first thing that you need to do, write this down, write it down, is the identity. Who do I have to become in order to embody the miracles that I need to have? Does that make sense? Does that make, yeah, write identity in the chat. Write identity in the chat. Write identity in the chat. Because that is where the focus is. Your subconscious mind, thank you, Trinity. Your subconscious mind is going to make that shift. Your subconscious mind is going to make that shift based on identity, first and foremost. All right, Sean, I see you up in here. Let me catch up with some of these notes. Queen says exactly, and there's fear of the unknown which keeps us stuck. Absolutely, because the unknown is, that's where your subconscious mind is not cool with the unknown. It loves the familiar. Thank you, Trinity. Jim says, hi, what is the best way to identify with wealth and start receiving money? Oh yeah, just hang on around, Jim. Oh, hang on around, Jim Ruby. I call you Jim Money. Hang on around. Oh, we're going to get there. Definitely. Who do I need to become to attract the miracles I need? That's it. That's it, Queen. That is it. That is it. That's the question that you need. That's the question that you need to ask yourself. Not what do I need to do? Because see, here's the thing. This matrix, this community, this life has us believing that we have to be performative. It goes against the law of least effort. The law of least effort. The law of least effort says it is about us being the version of ourselves. And as we be, we become. And as we become, we attract. As we be, we become. As we become, we attract. Where our focus goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. I'm going to say that again. Where our focus goes, energy flows. Oh, that's good. Welcome in, Holy. Welcome in. Glad to have you in here from the Philippines. Welcome in. Good to see you in here. And again, if we have any newbies that if we've not acknowledged you yet, just let us know that you're a newbie by putting newbie in the chat so that we can love on you. So again, the subconscious mind responds to identity before it responds to desire. So yes, you have the desire for shift and change. You have the desire to attract more wealth and abundance. You have the desire to be wealthy. You have the desire for a shift and change. You desire a new house. You desire a new car. You desire a new relationship. You desire a new healing. But the desire doesn't happen until the identity shift takes place. The desire won't manifest in your life until the identity shift takes place. So, from quantum mechanics, and from a quantum perspective, because in these conversations, every day when we do these conversations, just remember, they're always going to be grounded in some spiritual tradition. They're going to be grounded in universal law, quantum mechanics, and even psychology. So quantum mechanics teaches that possibilities collapse into form through observation. This is called the observer effect. This is the observer effect. Where our focus goes, where energy flows. And where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. What happens is every version of you, and I say this all of the time, in the quantum field, every version of you, the rich you, the sad you, the rich you, the broke you, the happy you, the sad you, the sick you, the healed you, they all live concurrently in the quantum field. And by virtue of your focus, or what you observe, or what you assume about yourself, these things begin to collapse those timelines and causes us to fall on the one timeline that is a vibrational match for the thing, that is a frequency match for the thing that it is that you wish to experience. So again, in quantum mechanics, it teaches us the possibility collapses into form through observation, meaning that who a person believes themselves to be determines which opportunities can even appear. I'm going to say that again. Who you see yourself as, that literally determines which opportunities are going to present themselves, which synchronicities are going to show up in your life. Which thing? So here's a question. Here's a question. Come on. Come on. Here's the question. What version of you have you allowed to choose the limits of your life up until now? That's a real question. What version of you, what version of you, what version of you have you allowed to choose and place limitations on you? Because listen, let's just be honest. We're at the beginning of 2026. There's a picture. Thank you, Amy. There's a picture that you have had for your life. And see now, yep, there it is. I hadn't got goosebumps in a minute. There is a version. Y'all close your eyes for 2 seconds. A scared version. There we go, Crosby. Thank you for sharing that. There is a version of you that exists, that has everything. Thank you, Fire and Wine, for those finger hearts. There is a version of you that exists that has everything that you've ever wanted. Thank you, Gemini. There's a version of you that exists in the quantum field that has everything that you have ever wanted. It has the relationship, it has the home, it has the love, it has all of the happiness, the peace, the joy, the abundance, the prosperity, the healing. It has all of those things. But what version of you, thank you, Monica. Thank you for grabbing that daily heart mate. As you guys come in, make sure you grab those daily heart mates. What version of you have you allowed to choose and place limitations on yourself? What version? What version? What version? And usually that version of you is so beneath where it is that you want to be. Because here's the thing. Every day, you wake up in the morning and your feet hit the ground. And what you're faced with the reality of your life. But before you went to bed last night, there's a vision. There's a vision that you have in your mind of what your life should look like. If you could go back And I ask this question every now and again. If you can go back to your 20, 30 some year old self, if you could go back to that version of you, if you could go back to that version of you, would you believe that the life that you're living right now looks anything remotely close to what it is that you said you were going to do or be or have? Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Sean. Does your life right now look anywhere like you had envisioned when you were 19, 20, 21? Antoine said, not even close. For many of us, for many of us, for many of us, for many of us, you couldn't have told us that this would be our life. Anybody resonate with that? If that resonates with you, put me in the chat. That you couldn't have told. Not even close. Janae says not even close. Crosby said, Crosby used an expletive and said, no. Deborah says me. Monica, me. Amy, the same. Fine wine, me. There was a picture that we had. There's a picture that we had. And there's no way in the world. There's no way in the world we would have envisioned it. If y'all are ready for part 2, let's put two in the chat. Let's go. If y'all are ready for part 2, put 2 in the chat. Excellent, y'all. Excellent. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Keyshawn. Thank you, Janae. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Crosby. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate y'all. All right, here we go. The path of miracles always begins with awareness. The path of miracles. Thank you, Gemini. Deborah says, I don't even remember my vision. Wow. Hey, Leslie, good to see you on. Welcome in. Thank you, Lamont. Thank you for grabbing that daily heartbeat. And as you guys come in, make sure you grab that daily heartbeat, because I want you guys to be connected, because this is a part of the vibe. Because if this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. If this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. So the path of miracles always begins with awareness. Awareness attracts a shift. Awareness causes a shift to happen. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Wayne Dyer would say that all of the time. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You can't change the way you look at things until you become aware of it. If you're not aware that there's a problem, then how can you ever address it? So the path of miracles always begins with awareness. Here it is. Awareness acts like a spiritual flashlight shining directly onto survival habits. Survival habits that once protected a person but now restricts their expansion. Once upon a time, you lived in a space. How do you become aware? Simply put, just stick right here. Don't go anywhere. Stay right here, Lamont. We got you. People pleasing as a childhood survival strategy. So as a child, like for me, somebody that I'm an only child. So as an only child, there were moments where I found myself, I would be standoffish because I was trying to protect myself. Because I didn't have friends, I had friends, but I didn't have a big brother or a little or a sister that would protect me. I was on my own. And so as a coping mechanism, I stuck to myself. I didn't always go out on the playground and be rambunctious. I was soft-spoken and quiet. But when you got me in my element, then you realize that wasn't who I was. Thank you. No, listen, that's many of our stories. All right, here we go. So awareness acts like that spiritual flashlight. And so one of the things like people pleasing as a childhood survival strategy, avoiding risk because of one painful failure. You had some painful situations in the past, and because of the painful situation in the past, it causes you to procrastinate. So you've been in a bad relationship, that relationship was terrible, and because that relationship was terrible, you like, I don't want to be in a relationship again. Somebody may have had a tumultuous marriage. Somebody may have been in a season where their marriage was absolutely terrible. It may have been abusive. So what do you associate? You associate being married with being abused. So what do you say? I will never be married again. And so what those things are, those experiences become future limitations. Once upon a time they were relevant because it helped to protect you in a season. Watch, make sure you get this. It protected you in a season. The old version of you is still holding on to the old version of you is still holding on to parts of you that are trying to protect something special. The old version of you is holding on to something that no longer serves you. So once upon a time, you needed to protect your heart, but you say you healed. So if you've healed, now watch this now. Hey, Joy, good to have you on. If you've actually healed, what are you protecting yourself from? Future experiences, right? But what happens is over a period of time, those experiences become limiting beliefs. And those limiting beliefs stop you from becoming a vibrational match for the new thing, and the greater thing. So here it is again. Awareness acts like a spiritual flashlight shining directly onto survival habits that once protected you, but now restrict your expansion. So in the spiritual tradition, in one of the ancient spiritual traditions, where we talk about the Tao Te Ching, the Tao Te Ching reminds us that knowing others in intelligence, knowing yourself is true wisdom. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. And miracles respond to this wisdom with precision. When you know yourself, that's why you see on pantheons and you see all of the time, know thyself. Knowing thyself is so everything, y'all. And see, that's part of the problem. You don't know yourself. And because you don't know yourself, it's hard for you to have hard standards and boundaries because you're so fluid in who you see yourself as. One day you're this person, the next day you're that person, the next day you're showing up as this. And so how as your identity shift, the universe also responds to you as a shift. It shifts right along with you because the universe does not give us what we ask for. It gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. So I got to choose a new version. Where does the old version go? The old version doesn't go anywhere, so to speak. The old version of you becomes the beautiful stepping stones for the construct of the new you. Because and see, we have to pay respect and homage to the old version of us. Because were it not for the old version of us, we wouldn't get to the new version. If it were not for the old things that we experienced, if it weren't for the pains that we endured, if it weren't for the challenges that we overcame, if it weren't for those things, see, the old version of you was powerful enough to get you to this point. But now, because it wants to maintain its relevance, though, it wants to maintain its status as the supreme know everything. And it doesn't want to lose relevance in your life. So in order for you to walk into the new season and to become the new version of yourself, there's some versions of you that must be released with respect, with honor, with love, but released nonetheless. because those things, until we release those old traumas, those old pains, those old hurts, we don't heal the inner child, we'll continue to experience the same cyclical patterns of behavior. Therefore, we experience the same thoughts, the same words, the same actions, and the same emotions. And so, therefore, we get the same version of ourselves. But the moment you begin to shift into something new, you have new thoughts, you have new words, you have new actions, and you have new emotions that create a new identity that has a new vibrational frequency. And so that new vibrational frequency is projected out into the quantum field, and the quantum field then reflects it back to us as reality. So you must have the renewing of your mind, the daily renewing of your mind every single day. What's up, Jay Worthy? Good to have you in here. Welcome in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Happy 2026 to you too. That's it. So become the new version, step into the new version. So then who am I in the between? You'll always be you. You'll always be you. The only thing that you have to be concerned with, Lamont, is your new standards and boundaries and your ability to walk in those new standards and boundaries, because there is a point, as you call it, in between. It's just transition. It's just growth. That's just like saying you're still you. That's just like saying just as a sunflower begins to grow and it moves from a seed that's planted in the ground to a sprout to a full-blown flower. It's still a sunflower. It's still a sunflower. It's just in different states of existence. Okay? So you're still you. It's just that as you move into the new version of yourself, the old falls away and the new renews you. And so, and then you have different parts of that transition. But as you begin to walk in, yeah, that acorn example, yeah, that acorn example, exactly, Janae. And so as you walk into our conversation, as it pertains to our conversation today, the pathway to miracles begin with your awareness. Being aware that there's some things that you're holding on to, being aware of some old habits that no longer serve, being aware. So the subconscious mind becomes the most powerful when a person stops fighting their emotions and starts listening to what their emotions reveal. So always remember, that which you resist about you persists within you. That which you resist about you persists within you. That's right, Deborah. That which you resist about you persists within you. So when you have a shift and you have a change, but you're fearful, hey, Delisa, good to have you on. Welcome in, superstar. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. You're absolutely right. What you avoid can control you. That which you resist about you persists within you. So again, the subconscious mind becomes the most powerful when a person stops fighting their emotions. And you begin to ask the question. I love to ask questions, because questions, when you ask yourself, when you're inquisitive about why am I feeling this way in this moment, immediately, you begin to silence that voice in your mind. That negative talk, that negative dialogue. So when you begin to ask yourself, well, why am I experiencing this? It shifts your focus from the thing to the curiosity. Curiosity opens the doors. So yes, get curious. Get curious and go down the rabbit hole if you want to. But know that you are not permanent in your ability to shift from where you were to where it is that you are. So where do you still resist seeing the truth about your own strength, power, your true strength, your true ability? So are you saying self and subconscious need to be in sync? Absolutely. Self, how you see yourself and your desires. So your subconscious mind is where your identity rests. Your conscious mind is where your desire lives, and also where your ego lives too. So to pair the desire and your will together to meet those things, your ability to do it. Because it is within your willpower is within the subconscious mind. The desire for the thing rests in the conscious mind. The subconscious mind only represents 95, well, it represents 95% of what you experience as life. Your conscious mind only represents 5. Your conscious mind, your ego, your desire only represents 5% of what you and I experience as day-to-day life. So if y'all are ready for part 2, put 2 in the chat. Put 2 in the chat. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And so, and it's better, use this word, Deborah, use alignment. Ooh, I love alignment so much better. Thank y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so as we do it, we're at the top of the hour. We're at the top of the hour. All of our newbies, I want to welcome you guys in. I want to welcome you in. We're at the top of the hour. If any part of this resonates with you, if any part of this resonates with you, you're in the right place. And so what I want to do because don't go anywhere because we're getting ready to kick this thing off, go into part 2. But let's go. If I'm going to put this here, and this is if you're very serious, only if you are serious. And I am going to pin this now. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I just put it's going to be a pin for the next 30 seconds. I just there's a form right down here at the bottom. Can y'all see that little form? If y'all can see that little white form down there at the bottom, just say yes, you can see it. Let me know. There's a little white form down there. Excellent, excellent. So go ahead and fill that out. I want to give you the opportunity to connect with me if you want to work with me one-on-one. Excellent. Thank you, everybody. If you want to work with me one-on-one, if you're dead serious about taking your life to the next level, I want to invite you to do that. And I'm going to ask you this too. Please don't fill out this form if you're not dead serious. Please do not fill out this form, because what it does is it allows you that once you finish the full questionnaire, you can schedule your discovery session with me. And here's the thing. Because my schedule is so packed and there's so many people that are really, really trying to make a shift and a change, please, 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 please. Yeah, it's only going to be up there for 30 seconds. And if you want, you could just hit the orange, that form is that little orange arrow down at the bottom. But if you're not serious, it's okay. If you're not ready, that's great. But if you are ready to take your life to the next level, please don't rob somebody else's time slot with, if you're not serious. All right. The other thing is, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Pull your calendars out, pull your calendars out, pull your calendars out. If you got your calendar out, say yes. Pull your calendar out. We're getting ready to kick off and do the first virtual hypnosis experience for 2026. For 2026, and guess what the theme is going to be for this month. This month's theme, the virtual hypnosis experience. Here's the date. It is going to be January the 28th, Wednesday. We're back on Wednesday. Wednesday the 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be hosting, again, I'm going to be hosting our virtual hypnosis experience. For many of you who have never experienced hypnosis before, as a tool to become better, to do better, to be the best version of yourself. If you are ready to become that best version of yourself and you're ready to step into that space, listen, this is where you definitely want to be it. My moderators will let you know how to do it, because you need to do the registration for it. And right now, because normally it's $95 to do the registration. It's $95 to do the registration. But because you guys are here with me and we're beginning of the month, I'm going to give it away to you for $49. And so all you have to do is, when you do the registration, and you all know where to go to do the registration, I don't have to tell you, you know where to go. It's the same place everybody else tells you to go. I don't have to tell you where to go. So go there, and it'll say virtual hypnosis experience. And when you do the virtual hypnosis experience, do the registration. And in order to get it for $49, all you have to do is to put in OMS 49 in the discount code section. All right. That's OMS 49. Thank you so much. So listen, write that date down. You don't want to miss it. And here's this month's theme. I'm excited. It's the theme is today's topic: the power to walk in miracles. The power to walk in miracles. You deserve abundance. You deserve healing. You deserve all the love in the world that that you can possibly hold. So again, we're going to be January. Uh, it's very akin. It's very akin, Lamont. Virtual the virtual hypnosis experience is going to be January the 28th, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central. All right, so that's 7 p.m. That's 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So look forward to seeing you there. Now, the other piece is if any part of what we've been talking about has resonated with you at any meaningful level, let me go ahead and put this out there right now. I authored a book in the spring of last year. And it's called Cracking the Abundance Code. Cracking the Abundance Code is a powerful tool. If you're really ready to step into a life of abundance and prosperity and to attract that abundance and prosperity into your life, go ahead and grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. Thank you. Thank you, Mimi, for those finger hearts. Go ahead and grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. Again, I authored this back in the spring of 2025. It is a powerful tool. I wrote it. And guess what? You know what we're talking about today? We're talking about stepping into miracles. And the only thing that can stop you from stepping into the miracles that you rightfully deserve are simple things. One simple thing. For the most part, limiting beliefs. Because you're holding on to old identity, old versions of yourself. That old version of yourself, those limiting beliefs are stopping you because many of you are doing the work. And see, now is the best time because we're in the beginning of this calendar year. There's no better time than the present to take advantage of Cracking the Abundance Code. And let me show you something. Right in here, the very first chapter is about what? Limiting beliefs. And so if you're not aware, what are we talking about? We've been talking about awareness. If you're not aware of what the limiting beliefs are that you've been holding on to, how can you step into the new space? How can you? How can you step into that new space if you're not aware? So the very first thing that we do is we go into the awareness of what those limiting beliefs are. And so then once you become aware of what the limiting beliefs are, you move beyond those limiting beliefs. And as you move beyond those limiting beliefs, then you can step into quantum leaping into your wealthy identity. That's right. The second chapter is just that, quantum leaping into your wealthy identity. So I wrote this book so that you can be a vibrational match for wealth and abundance and prosperity. It is a simple process. When you order Cracking the Abundance Code, right in the very front, and especially now because it's the beginning of the new calendar year, right here, there is a 21-day Cracking the Abundance Code roadmap. It is right here in the very beginning. It is almost like it's like having me with you right here, step by step, moment by moment, for 21 days. It's not a 21-day challenge or anything like that, but it's literally for 21 days. You will have me with you. I'm gonna help you usher in a new season in your life. So step by step, it's like having me with you, moment by moment, as you become better and you do better. So grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. When you grab your copy, I'm gonna ship that bad boy out to you today. I'm going to ship it out to you today. I'm going to personalize. I'm going to put your name in here. I'm going to actually put a special note in here just for you. And as I put that note in there for you, I'm also going to put a special gift in there too, because Cracking the Abundance Code is the tip of the iceberg. So you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss Cracking the Abundance Code. So go ahead and get yours right now. Where my meditation people at? Where are you at? Don't go anywhere because we're getting ready to kick our second part 2 to our conversation off. Where my meditation people at? Where are you? Where are you? If you're a person that meditates, put me in the chat. Go ahead, put me in the chat. Excellent. There's my girl, Rosemary. Rosemary gonna be like, yes. Rosemary, Amy. Listen, as I tell the story all the time, it changed my life. I'm gonna tell you right now, meditation changed my life. And so a part of my meditation journey is this experience right here. A few years ago, a good friend of mine, also a client of mine, was like, "AD, why don't you come up with some meditation candles for us?" that we can use while, we're continue to do the things, do the affirmations and all of that stuff. And so I thought about it and I came up with the formulation. I was like, you know what, we're gonna do this thing. So we actually make these in-house. So can y'all see the Triple Bliss meditation candle set down here? Do y'all see that banner? If you can see that banner, just put yes down there, if you can see it. And so each one of these candles, they are 100% soy based. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Miss Cynthia. They are 100% soy based. They have a natural soy. They have a cotton wick in there. They're infused with natural essential oils. And so the essential oils in the abundance candle, because these are tuned to abundance, flat out, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Abundance, because it has bergamot and it has lemongrass, and it also has the lodestone oil. Lodestone, if you're not familiar with what a lodestone, what lodestone is, a lodestone is simply a magnet. And so there is lodestone oil inside of this candle. So what it was is designed to be magnetized, because we live in a universe that is energetic. And the language of this universe is frequency. And so each one of these candles is tuned to a particular frequency based upon the essential oils of bergamot. And it smells absolutely amazing too. The lemongrass, the bergamot, and the lodestone oil. So this is the abundance candle, and it helps to attract during your meditation time. It helps you to attract wealth and abundance and prosperity. Here's the second one. This is one of my absolute favorites because it does smell amazing. And many of you who have already purchased yours, it smells absolutely amazing. It is the Heal candle. The Heal candle is the essential oil is rose, and it also has the rose petals inside of it. So it's aesthetically beautiful. It smells absolutely amazing. You can't. Anybody know anything about aromatherapy? You cannot. It's impossible for you to be down or sad or depressed as you smell, this rose. So this is vibrationally, it is a tune for healing because do your research. Essential rose oil is one of the highest vibrational frequencies that you can subscribe to when it comes to the healing of your body. You love you love the happy one. Okay, Mimi. So the happy one, that's bringing up the rear. Last but not least is the happy candle. The happy candle is infused with lemon verbena. It is one of my favorite scents because it reminds me of going to those five-star resorts and all that stuff. So yes, it too has the lodestone oil in it. It has the lemongrass, and it is 100% natural soy. And these are amazing. These are not your little candles that you burn for light. This is not your candles that you burn because they smell good. Yes, they do smell good, but that's not. These are intention-based candles. So if you're looking to attract wealth, you need the abundance candle. If you're looking for healing, you need the heal candle. You can't attract wealth, abundance, and healing if you aren't happy. So the happy candle is one of my absolute favorites. So go ahead and grab those bad boys, and we're going to ship them out to you today. And let's go ahead, and I'm going to unpin this now, and we're going to remove them from there. And let me go ahead and remove them from the live. And as I remove them from the live, let's see here. We're going to continue to do what we do. Excellent. All right. Are y'all ready? Y'all ready? We're going to jump right back into our topic for today. So thank you so very much. We're at 40K. We're at 40K. So go ahead and we're going to tap, tap, tap away because tapping is clapping. Let's tap, tap, tap away. Tapping is clapping. And we are ready. Oh yeah, we already did this one. We're in part 3. Why y'all didn't remind me? We're in part 3. And thank you, Sean. I see you over here. I see you over here. It's so powerful that my subconscious has been fighting it. Yes, and see, that's the thing. Don't fight. Just acknowledge. Acknowledge what it is that you've been, that what your subconscious mind has been wrestling with. Amy did remind me. Oh, okay, she reminded me. Okay, thank you so much, Fine Wine and Amy. I truly appreciate y'all. So yes, we are on part 3. And I'm just sitting up here talking about part 2. It's okay. That's why I have notes. That's why when I looked down and I realized, I was like, wait a minute. We got some new notes here. All right, here we go. Healing. Healing as an energetic technology. Healing. And because when we're talking about miracles that take place, the power to walk in these miracles. What type of miracles? We're talking about big opportunity, big opportunity, major healing and abundance beyond measure. So, part three, healing as an energetic technology, not just an emotional journey. Here we go. Healing happens when the nervous system, subconscious mind, and energy field come into coherence. Let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Healing happens when the nervous system, first, the nervous system has to feel what? Safe. I go into that every day. The nervous system has to feel safe. You can never attract abundance, healing, happiness, joy until you feel safe. You have to feel safe. It is imperative. So, here's an alignment. Here's the coherence that needs to be take place in your life to bring this stuff into your space. Here we go. Your nervous system, your subconscious mind, healing, the healing of your subconscious mind, the release of old stories, the old narratives that no longer serve you, the release of things that are not relevant to your present moment situation. They're just old echoes of the past. They're echoes of the past. They're echoes of the past. And some of these narratives and some of these stories, some of the brokenness, some of the scarcity that you're still holding on to, it's time to let it go. And remember, a part of the letting go is to develop a new identity. But it doesn't happen until one, you have to heal. Just like in any relationship, when you move from an old relationship to a new relationship, you don't want to bring all of that old baggage into your new situation, right? You don't want to do that because all you're doing is bringing contaminants from the old season into the new. And so healing happens when the nervous system, subconscious mind, and your electromagnetic field come into coherence. Now, what do I mean your electromagnetic field, your energy field? Around each and every one of us, we have a field. We have an aura around us. That's right. Old keys don't unlock new doors. That's right. That's right, Janae. We have around you, around me, you have an electromagnetic field. Now, where does that field come from? Just remember that electromagnetic field is, you know how somebody comes into your personal space and you be like, whoa, hold on, player. Like you getting too close. Or if you want somebody in your energy field, it feels good when they're there. When your significant other, when your other half is cuddled up next to you on the sofa, y'all watching movies and all of that, you feel good. You feel comfortable. What does that do? It helps to calm your nervous system down. It starts to release oxytocin into your bloodstream. All of those things begin to happen. So this coherence that I'm talking about, it literally creates a quantum environment where breakthrough becomes inevitable. So that coherence between your nervous system being online, your subconscious mind having the same vibrational frequency, and your energy field, all are coherent at the same time, literally begins to create an environment where breakthrough happens easily and effortlessly. And so, like when we talk about in the Holy Odu, it teaches that alignment brings blessings. Alignment brings blessings. And that's for those who are a part of Ifa. While misalignment brings stagnation. It's simple. Alignment, when you align with what? Align with your passionate purpose. When the thoughts you have, the words you speak, the actions you take, and the emotions that you experience, when they're in alignment, alignment brings blessings. If you're going to write any note down, just remember that. Write that down. Write that down for today. Alignment brings blessings. Misalignment brings about stagnation. Misalignment brings about stagnation. This is huge. This is huge, y'all. I'm telling you right now, this is absolutely huge. So again, alignment brings about blessings. Misalignment brings stagnation, reflecting how inner coherence magnetizes outward miracles. Part of it, absolutely. Absolutely, Deborah. When you're talking about when somebody steps into your space, your heart creates an electromagnetic. Let's break this down for a second. Your heart, my heart, creates an electromagnetic field. Your heart, literally, your heart is an electromagnetic field generator. And so there is a space. You ever hear people talk about auras, and they can see your auras, or that aura is it has different colors, and somebody can come into your space and they feel good, or somebody can come into your space and it feels uncomfortable. So, right. So that vibrational frequency, that electromagnetic field has a frequency. I'm going to say that again. That electromagnetic field that I'm talking about, that your heart generates, it has a frequency. It is a resonance. The resonance comes from a combination of the core, the resonance between the thoughts you have, the words you speak, the actions you take, and the emotions that you experience. The coherence between your heart and your brain. So heart brain coherence. That's a real thing. If you want to study it more, you can go into heart, what they call heart math. So heart brain coherence, when these things come into alignment, all types of blessings begin to flow. Not just abundant blessings, not just financial blessings or things, but literal blessings inside your body, physical blessings. You begin to heal. When your body feels safe, when your nervous system feels safe, you're open to heal. You're open to receive all types of miracles. So when somebody clears old emotional residue, and that is largely in part what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be doing on the 28th when we do the virtual hypnosis experience that I invited you guys to be a part of. Part of it, it literally comes from the shedding of those that emotional residue. It's letting go of the pains of the past. It is untethering from that trauma, untethering from that part of you. Thank you, Mimi, for the reminder of the tap tap tap. And y'all, I like to see our stickers off in there, so y'all can fly some of those stickers up in there. What we call those stickers? Some of our Oasis stickers. Yeah, put those bad boys in there. Thank you, Mimi. So again, when someone clears old emotional residue, the space created becomes a portal for abundance, clarity, and opportunity. It creates, anytime you release something old, remember this, anytime you release something old, anytime you let go of a thing that is no longer relevant or no longer serves you, thank you, Mimi, for those stickers. Anytime you release that from your electromagnetic field, you literally create a vacuum, because when you release something, you let something go, right? And when that something goes, obviously it was taking up space. It was taking up space. But now when it no longer takes up space, watch it. When it no longer takes up space. So let's just say you had a fear of failure. That fear of failure was taking up space in your electromagnetic field. But the moment you release the fear of failure, hey, Laquana, the moment you release the fear of failure, it opens up a vortex. That vortex, this vent in a vacuum, it opens up space for something else to come in. So in that empty space, because you are bold enough to let something go, again, when someone clears old emotional residue or old patterns of behavior, old stuff, the space created becomes a portal for abundance, clarity, healing, and opportunity. It creates space for it to come into your space. So example, after releasing resentment, suddenly finding new relationships, new friendships. Emotional forgiveness leading to financial opportunities. Letting go of the pains of the past, letting go of the things that once served you, all of those things. Healing self-worth, leading to better business decisions. And yes, when you begin to let go of the new, and thank you for that, Janae. Janae over here on YouTube reminded me that when you let go of the old and you start to embrace the new, you start to expand and stretch your neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is your ability, your mind's ability to physically create new patterns, new pathways, a new neural network in your physical brain. And as you begin to move into a new space, as you begin to move into a new space, a new reality, a new experience, you're creating new neural pathways in your brain. Instead of the same old ones, you've let those things go. Those branches begin to wither and die. The new branches come up. The new branches come up, creates that neuroplasticity, and that becomes the new default. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So it's absolutely clear. It's absolutely important that the emotional release takes place. So here's a tough question. So at what emotional weight are you still carrying? Is anybody bold enough to share that they still have some emotional weight that they're carrying? They could show up as mommy issues. They can show up as daddy issues. They can show up as past relationship issues. And past relationship, not just romantic, but business relationships. Thank you, Joy. Thank you. Thank you, Star. Thank you, Gemini. Thank you, Leslie. Old stuff. Holding on to it. And as you hold on to it, I'm gonna, it's so important. And I'm gonna play a song before we get out of here today. We can't do it while we're on YouTube. I was about to play it now, but we're still on YouTube. But y'all remember that? Y'all remember that song that Erica Badu sang called "Bag Lady"? And she said, "Bag Lady, you gonna miss your bus carrying all them bags like that." That one sentence, that one sentence, literally, you are going to miss your opportunity because you're carrying all those bags. You grow up in heavy church family, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I'm from down south, Carol. I'm a Southern boy, so of course. Yep. I grew up in a old Baptist church, and we had a bunch of Pentecostal people too. Yes, I'm gonna give you some time to tap. Yeah, I'm gonna give you some time to tap. Yeah, because we're at a minute. We're at the bottom of the hour. We're at 1:34. We're literally we're a little bit behind our, because normally by the time we're at the top of the hour, we're at about 54 K. We're at 135, and we're at just at 50K. So yeah, to answer your question, Mimi, we could do that. Yeah, we're a little bit behind, but I think we can make something happen. So again, when you clear that old emotional residue, it's so important that you let that bad boy go, because until we let that bad boy go, you're still going to be stuck in a season where you're holding on to the emotional weight of stuff, and it's literally holding you back. That's why we healed. That's why the last virtual hypnosis experience, and it was packed out. We had a great experience. The virtual hypnosis experience for December was healing the inner child. And it's so important, and I do things strategically because I wanted to heal. I wanted to help folks to heal that inner child so that you'll be prepared to go into this new calendar year, into 2026, with a fresh perspective, where you're open, you've released, you've let things go. Now it's time to open and receive the new and the amazing. All right. If y'all are ready for part 4, put 4 in the chat. If y'all are ready for part 4, put 4 in the chat. I guess nobody ever told that all you must hold. Oh yeah. Hold is you. Thank you, everybody. Thank y'all so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. Healing is absolutely imperative. Here we go. And we've already talked about this law, but I want to make sure that I want to make sure the lyrics. Yeah, I was reading. I guess I was reading Janae's notes, but Trinity recognized right off the rip that those were the lyrics of the song. All right, here we go. Part 4: the law of assumption. The law of assumption and the law of expansion as miracle keys. I'm about to give you the keys of the kingdom. Y'all ready? I'm giving you the keys of the kingdom. I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom of miracles. And who wants the keys to the kingdom? Who wants the keys to the kingdom of miracles? Come on. Come on, who wants it? If you want it, let me know by putting me in the chat. If you want the keys to the kingdom for the miracle, because I'm about to give you the 2 keys. Here it is. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, RPM. Thank you, Trinity. Thank you, Amy. Here we go. Thank you, Stay Woke. I got you. Let's roll. Thank you, Deborah. Miracles accelerate with the law of assumption. It accelerates through the law of assumption. Just remember this, the law of assumption, the law of assumption. It accelerates the law of assumption through the law of assumption. What is the law of assumption? The law of assumption says whatever you assume about yourself, whatever you assume about life, the universe is going to respond to that assumption because it is the law of assumption. If you assume that you're wealthy, you shall be wealthy. Whatever a man desires in his heart, so is he. Here we go. Miracles accelerate through the law of assumption, which teaches that inner certainty creates outer evidence. Inner certainty creates outer evidence. Inner certainty creates outer evidence. Again, miracles accelerate through the law of assumption, which teaches that inner certainty. What is inner certainty? Identity. Your inner assumptions. See that now, clear as day. Your inner assumptions, the certainty that you have based upon your inner assumptions, creates outer evidence. The law of correspondence says that as within, so without. As above, so below. As it is in the east, so shall it be in the west. The universal law of correspondence, it reminds us that what we experience externally is merely a reflection of what we hold as true internally. The thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience, they create a resonance. That resonance is then projected out into the quantum field. The quantum field receives that frequency, and it is reflected back to us as reality. So again, miracles accelerate. So when you're trying to attract miracles, when you're trying to attract abundance, new opportunities, when you're trying to attract healing, those type miracles, they are accelerated through the law of assumption. The law of expansion. The law of expansion states that the moment a person elevates their inner frequency, the universe immediately reorganizes itself to match it. I'm going to say that again. Write this down. This is the law. This is the law of expansion. The law of expansion. The law of expansion states that the moment a person elevates their inner frequency, the thoughts they have, the words they speak, the actions they take, and the emotions that they experience, that raises the vibrational frequency because we have a new identity. That new identity creates new standards and new boundaries. That new identity fosters new words that you speak, new thoughts, new actions, new emotions. That new version of you creates a new resonance. That new resonance is projected out into the quantum field, and the quantum field receives that new higher frequency. And the law of expansion comes into play because the law of expansion then begins to take that thing, take that frequency, and to shift the entire universe around you with opportunity. Thank you, Puppy Rain. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for that daily heart me. That is what happens. So again, the law of expansion states that the moment a person elevates their inner frequency, the universe immediately, not maybe tomorrow, not next Thursday, not next week, but if you want to see something amazing and something shift and change and grow and become just just blow your mind, and you are in the space of miracles, in the space of miracles. Thank you, A-Town. I see you, man. Thank you, A-Town. The moment I elevate my frequency, the universe shifts. That's it, Joy. The moment, the moment, the moment, the moment, the moment, the moment. And if we have any newbies in here and we haven't, acknowledged you yet, let us know that you're a newbie simply by putting newbie in the chat so that we can acknowledge you and we can love on you. This is it. Come on. This is it. This is huge. This is huge. This is huge. The law of expansion states that the moment a person elevates their inner frequency, the universe immediately reorganizes itself to match. Every single time. Every single time. Every single time. Christianity echoes this through faith is the substance of things hoped for, describing how internal conviction becomes the blueprint for physical manifestation. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, 876. Thank you, sweetheart. Y'all love on sweetheart for me. Y'all love on Deborah. We appreciate them for being up in here. Y'all love on them. That's what it is. Literally describing how internal conviction becomes the blueprint for physical manifestation. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. Faith is of a higher vibrational frequency. Faith is of a high vibrational frequency. So when you begin to inculcate these type variables in the equation of your frequency, then you begin to shift some things. When you bring that variable into the equation, the higher vibrational variables cause the vibrational frequency inside of you to raise. So a higher vibrational variable like faith is going to cause your internal vibrational frequency to rise. Things like fear, what do you think it's going to do? Conversely, it is going to lower your vibrational frequency. It is going to lower your vibrational frequency. There you go, Deborah. You're in the right place. You're in the right place. What are you willing to assume as true about your future? Right now in this moment, what are you willing to assume about your future? You want to assume that you're abundant. You want to assume that you're healed. You want to assume that you're happy. You want to assume that you're whole. You want to assume that everything that you've ever wanted manifests itself in your life. You want to assume that you are the superstar. You want to know, that's why I call you superstars. Because I want you to begin to see yourself as that. So we start with the internal dialogue. We shift the way you see yourself. The law of assumption will always come into place. Whatever you assume about you, you assume that you're abundant. You assume that you're healed. You assume that you're happy. You assume. It is an assumption. What are you willing to assume about yourself right now so that the future you will be thankful? What are you willing to assume about you so that the future you will be thankful that you made the assumption? And if you're bold enough to put it in the chat, put it in the chat. If you're bold enough to put it in the chat, what are you willing to assume about you? What affirmations will you use? What affirmations will you use? All right. If y'all are ready for part 5, put 5 in the chat. Let's go. If you're ready for part 5, put 5 in the chat. Let's go. Wake up. Y'all too quiet in here. Wake up. Let's go. Let's get this energy pumping. We got about 15 more minutes in here, and we're going to make some major stuff happen. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Stay Woke. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Rain. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa the fashionista. Wait a minute now. You need help tapping? Yeah, we're at 60. We're at 60K. We got about 14 minutes left before we hit the top of the hour. Let's go ahead and tap 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 tap. Tapping is clapping. Let's go ahead and get this vibe going. And so let's go ahead and do this. I am going to let's go into part 5. The quantum field and why miracles respond to bold decisions. Remember, I've always taught you that when you make a decision, oh, Lisa is your sister. All right. All right. Here we are. The quantum field and why miracles respond to bold decisions. Remember, I've always taught you that when you make a decision, the moment you make a choice, there's a signal that goes up into the quantum field. It's almost like a bell rings in the quantum field when you make a decision. When you make a clear decision, it's like a bell ringing in the quantum field. The moment you make a choice, here it is. The quantum field contains infinite timelines, infinite possibilities, infinite. Every version, every iteration of you exists in the quantum field. The happy you, the sad you, the healed you, the broken you, the rich you, the poor you. They all live concurrently in the quantum field. So the quantum field contains infinite timelines, infinite possibilities, and bold decisions act like coordinates that lock a person into the timeline of abundance. Bold ones. When you make bold steps, when you launch the business, when you have the courage and the audacity to launch the business, when you have the courage and the audacity to write the book, when you have the courage and the audacity to walk in your divine purpose, and you make the choice. The moment you make the choice, it signals to the universe that you're ready. It signals. And what that does, and because you are walking in that space, what happens from a quantum perspective? The observer effect comes into place. Because what you observe about you, it manifests itself. The law of vibration. The law of vibration is simple. The law of vibration says that it is vibration first, form second, or energy first, form second. And so we also say that where your focus goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. So because of those infinite timelines and infinite possibilities, the moment you make a bold decision and choice, that locks you into a new timeline. If you make a new decision, and those new decisions, and you're in a vibrational frequency match for the new decision, because your thoughts, your words, your actions, and your emotions are aligned, your brain and your heart are in line, your electromagnetic field, all of the dialogue and your internal dialogue, all of those things are in vibrational alignment. And that vibrational alignment creates that resonance. That resonance, that frequency is projected out into the quantum field. The quantum field receives it and it is projected back to you. It is reflected back to you and I as reality. When I look back on my life, the biggest risks I took produced the best outcomes. That's right, Amy. That's right, Amy. Y'all, in my mods, y'all pen what Amy just said. Amy just said, when I look back over my life, the biggest risk I took produced the best outcomes. Janae says, yes, when you decide, it's your spiritual flashlight in the quantum. When you decide, that's right. The law of vibration, wave first, form second. Wave first, form second. Wave first, form second. Thank you, Mimi, for pinning that. Opportunities multiply when inner doubt dissolves. We talked about removing doubt. We talked about letting go of old versions of yourself. We talked about that over and over again. So opportunities multiply when inner doubts dissolve because the subconscious stops filtering out possibilities that contradict old beliefs. For example, suddenly noticing business opportunities that were always there, but you just now noticed them. Now, they were always there, but you just noticed them. Effortlessly attracting aligned people, receiving unexpected financial doors. You know how when your focus shifts, everything begins to change. Everything begins to change when you shift. when you shift, when you shift, when you shift, when you shift that focus, when your focus, when you shift that focus, opportunities multiply when inner doubt dissolves because the subconscious stops filtering out possibilities. Stops filtering out possibilities that contradict the old beliefs. And suddenly noticing opportunities. Just like the moment you say, "Oh, I like that car." And the moment you say you like that car, or you even go buy that car, now everywhere you go, you see the dumb car. Every like I literally just said a few weeks ago, I like that new Genesis GV80 or G80 or something like that. It's a SUV, but that thing is sexy. It's real nice, and I like that thing. But the moment I said that, the moment I started seeing them everywhere, then I messed around, and now they starting to show up on social media. Now we know they listen to us, so I don't know if that could count. But still, the synchronicity is there. The synchronicity is there. Deborah said, yes, when I stepped out of my way, I began to move in circles that I knew would benefit, that I would benefit from. That's my reticular activation system. You like that SUV too? Yeah, it does, man. That thing is nice. It really is nice. It really is nice. And so you begin to see these things over and over again. And so, like even with the Bhagavad Gita, it teaches that right action creates right destiny. And we're not playing with Amy today. This is not it's not a dish from Taco Bell. Yes, here we go. Sean, you see the what? I see that BMW X6 everywhere. You see it everywhere. You understand? And so again, so the Bhagavad Gita teaches that right action creates right destiny. Right action, not good action. Because see, remember, there's a difference. So you're smart enough not to make a bad decision. You're smart enough not to do something wrong. But you can be tricked into doing something good, doing a good thing that's not the right thing. So that's why it is important that when I say the Bhagavad Gita teaches us that the right action creates right destiny, meaning that decisive inner alignment activates divine outer orchestration. I'm going to say that again. Inner alignment activates divine outer orchestration. What does it say in Ephod? What does it say about from the Odu? What does it say? Alignment creates what? Blessings. Alignment creates what? Blessings. Misalignment creates chaos. Misalignment creates stagnation. You want healing in your life? Shift. Janae says you don't have to worry about getting it right because when you're moving with inspired action, you can't get it wrong. Oh, I like that. I like that one. That's good. That's good, Janae. Thank you. And so speak to the thing. Speak to the thing. Right action creates right destiny. Literally activating your divine outer orchestration. That's why whatever you desire in your heart, when you pray, believe that you have already received it and it shall be yours. That's just how it goes. Whatever you desire. So we're on the right page, y'all. Y'all on the right page. Everybody got it? We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. And so we're nearing. We got like 5 minutes left. We got 5 minutes left. And what I want to do, Jane over here, Janae over here spitting bars. Yeah, she's spitting bars. She's doing her thing over there. Yeah. Yes, your girl. A-Town is over here talking about you. And you know, Mark, and that's one of her favorite scriptures, Mark 11:24. Whatever you desire in your heart, when you pray, believe that you have already received it and it shall be yours. Listen, what's going on, Sacred Strategist? So glad to have you in here. Listen, y'all love on my friend right there. Y'all see Sacred Strategist? Y'all love on her. Y'all love on her. Dr. D. Y'all love on Dr. D for me, please. So glad to have her up in here. So listen, so this is good. We have a few more minutes left before we reach the top of the hour. We have a few more minutes left. And what I want to do is, can we put a pin in this? I'm going to ask one question, and excellent. Y'all, thank y'all for loving on her so much. I appreciate y'all. All right, here we go. Can we put a pin and we pick up tomorrow? Can we pick up tomorrow? Can we do this, please? Can we pick up this tomorrow? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can we pick up this tomorrow? Thank you, our YouTube family. All right, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. All right. Here's the question. And while y'all are tapping away, listen, we are about 30K. We're about 30K away from our goal. We're about 30K away from our goal. So we may not hit. Listen, maybe y'all warming up today. But this is just your first day back in the new calendar year. All right. So we gonna put it on that. How about that? We're gonna put it on that. And I might give y'all a few more minutes so we can tap away. All right. So thank y'all so much allowing me to go till tomorrow. So here's the question. Here's the question. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Here's the question. What decision have you delayed that you already know would shift your life entirely? Let that soak in for a second. What decision? Because see, that's the key. You already know. You already know. You already know. You already know. What decision have you put off making that you know would change everything? You're sitting on a gold mine. You're sitting on a gold mine. Come on now. You are one decision away from the greatest life ever. You see that? Listen, our YouTube family, listen, you with it. What decision have you delayed making that would change the game forever? Oh, you can write that down, Lisa. Go on and write it down. What decision? I want to read it verbatim how I wrote it. What decision have you delayed that you already know? Now that's the key, that you already know. You already know that it's a game changer. You know that the book is already a game changer. You know that when you launch the business and you share your product with the world, it's a game changer. You know that when you start to do the thing that you came here to this planet to do, it's a game changer. But you continue to vacillate and capitulate about what it is that you're doing. What is it? Sean says starting my business food truck for the homeless, but I have already put it into action. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Sunshine says relationship. Come on, y'all. Listen, y'all gonna let the YouTube family out comment y'all. What's going on here? Thank y'all, my YouTube family. I truly appreciate y'all. But no, that's a real question. What have you been holding on to? What decision have you failed to make, knowing you can make it? Creative business and a running club. Okay, we like that running club. Okay, come on now, that's good. That's good, Britt. Who else got something? Put it on out there. And while we're tapping and clapping, thank you, Mimi, for those finger hearts. Staying on top of my content creation. Thank you, Lisa. That's good. Excellent. Excellent. Come on now. This is good. This is good. This is good. Sunshine ready to get rid of, she said divorce, present relationship. She said, I'm ready to walk away. I'm ready to let that thing go and move on to my new season. Because when you let something go, you open up a vortex for the new to come in. See, some of y'all are still holding on. See, that's why you can't move forward. Y'all are still holding on to whole old limiting beliefs that are holding you lock in step to an old season. All right, we're already there. All right, so listen. Right now, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and listen. We're gonna amp some music up over here on the TikTok side. If y'all want to come over to the after party, because we're about to kick the after party off over here on TikTok. Listen, YouTube family, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. Make sure that you're back here with us tomorrow. Oh yeah, absolutely, sunshine. Yeah, listen, this is how we roll every single day. And so again, I am your success coach. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We will be back tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow from 12 to 2 Eastern Standard Time every single day from Monday through Friday. So make sure that you're back with us tomorrow. I look forward to seeing y'all then. We're going to go ahead and wish y'all a wonderful time. And if you want to come over here to the after party, it's over here on TikTok because y'all don't let us play our good music like we like to. And so we're going to amp this thing up. So thank you so much, Janae. Janae, you can go ahead and come back on over here to TikTok. We're up out of here. Much love. I'll see you guys.